Dani en el beat de producer.
we are going to be coming at you with the Community Shield matchup today. I will be your play-by-play commentator Bentner, aka Vape, and alongside me I have the one, the only Will.
Hello, everybody.
So we got a pretty interesting matchup. If you are familiar with the terms of the Community Shield, it is the winner of the league versus the winner of the cup. So, without further ado, we'll start with Benfica's lineup. This as is custom nowadays, they will be running the 3-5-2. In goal, they have the legend of the PCN Discord who gets banned every 5 seconds, Strikers 98. Their back three will consist of Soccer Joe 69, Unlucky Masters, and the Taco Kid, a new signing. In DMs, they have Fernando and Sleepa. Left mid, they have Bird. Right mid, Obscurial. The man with the armband, Chuck. At left wing, oh sorry, they had 3-4-3, my bad. Right wing is Quick Kitten, and up top, a little surprising, NYCFC Diggs. I thought him and Chuck would be in a little different spots, but maybe change is good.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw it, but Diggs is a really respected striker around the league, and he's been around for a long time, so I'm not surprised to see that. And Chuck is a little bit more of a creative guy anyway.
Alright, and we will be moving on now to Inter Milan. They are running the infamous 3-5-2. In goal for them, a new signing for them, Phil the Fish, PCN veteran. Could you maybe say legend? We'll find out. Let's cement it tonight. The three CBs they have are Lil Perp, Yo Mama Bits, and Hernandez. In DMs, they got Darcy and Jammy. At left mid, former DM for them, now out wide, 5'6" Poppy. Right mid, the return of FIFA Talentless. There was rumors he was going to leave, but he's back home at Milan. Up at Cam, they have Kid Nasty, and of course, the strike partnership of dreams, Kufa Valley and Stride.
Man, this team was so electric last year. We had them on so often because of the way they played all year, and Kufa Valley and Stride, combined to make one of the best attacks the league's seen in quite some time. So I'm really surprised to see how this goes. And Benfica's record-setting 20 clean sheets last season. Let's see how they hold up.
This will be the classic game of great offense versus great defense. But, with Inter Milan, they have a little bit of a, underrated defense, they're mostly known for their offensive prowess, but their defense, a little different than last year, but going into the season, they're expecting to come in pretty strong.
Yeah, for sure. And when you have that attacking lineup, expectations are pretty high, and they haven't really lost a whole lot of people, or if any at all. So I'm really surprised. I'm intrigued to see what they do this season and see if they can keep up their form from last season.
Yeah, their main departure would have been Peanut, who would normally have slotted in at right center back. With a Clark back there, it'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I'm not worried about that team very much. They should contend at the very top of the league for most of the season.
All right, so up in the chat, let's get our predictions. I'm over the two legs. I'm going to have to say it's going to be, I'm going to say 4-2 Inter Milan over both legs.
4-2. Interesting. I don't think I'm too far off of that, to be honest. I think Inter Milan are probably the better team here. Benfica have had a few changes, especially at the back where they were so strong last season, so I'm not sure they can keep up that kind of defensive form. And Benfica have the home game first, so they've got the benefit of playing the away game second for away goals. So that's a plus on their side, but I may go 3-2. These are both really stout defensive teams, so.
Yep. All right, let's see in the chat. Since Anthony with the 3-0 Inter. Zebra, Vape is missing practice. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? Jonesy says 5-1 Benfica. Peter's also going with you, Will, and saying 3-2. 3-2 for Inter. Casbon said 2-2 Inter and PKs.
We can tell who the smart ones are in here.
Actually, like a little insider info. According to Atlanta United, they thrashed Benfica 4-0.5 going into this game, so their heads are going to be a little low. I don't know how true that is, but if it is, that could be quite a little shot in the arm,
True, but it's an experienced Benfica side. I wouldn't expect a result like that in a friendly to really affect them too much. But let's get this game underway.
All right, here we go. We will be kicking off in the introduction to Season 11, the Community Shield, Benfica is kicking off. So like, Benfica this past season, being crowned the champions, after a little bit, controversial ending to the season, you would say. Do you think they'd be able to keep it up?
I think so. Do I think they're title winners? Maybe not. But they're most certainly a top 3 team in the league, especially talent-wise. It just depends on what kind of defensive form they can keep up and if their offense improves at all. Because it might take both of those to improve a little bit for them to push on to win the title.
Yeah, as we all know, Benfica did have the best defense by country mile in the league last season, but it was a lot of 1-0 games.
A lot of 1-0 games, but a lot of them were probably comfortable 1-0 games, if that's anything in FIFA. Their defense was that good. And they'll be hoping to return to that form and be able to get back. They were competing at the top of the league for a long time, keeping up with Inter Milan and Minnesota for the longest time. So,
R.I.P. Minnesota.
And it was their first time in the league, that should be noted.
Yep. I mean, Perps, being the veteran, been around for a while, but he brought in all the guys and, hey, won a title.
For sure. Whether it was controversial or not, no one can say that they really didn't deserve it.
Yep. All right, and here we go. Speaking of Benfica, Diggs picked up the ball at the CB. Sleeper! What a shot. It is 1-0 Benfica, already 10 minutes in. I was not expecting that.
That's exactly the start you need if you're Benfica, and the worst start you could imagine if you're Inter.
Yep, you do not want to have Benfica get the lead, because then their defense is just going to close the door. There's going to be... I'm actually quite shocked. I was not expecting that.
I was not either. The benefit here for Inter Milan is that this is their away game, so they gave up a home goal. Well, it's not too big of a deal right now, but they really need to score this game to really take a foothold in this over these 2 legs.
A beautiful little passing play right there, but is soundly picked up by Oscurio. Yeah, I mean, so far it's been pretty even, barring that one chance, but here we go, free kick to Inter. They're most likely going to pass.
No wasting time here.
Yeah, pretty even. Kind of what we expected here. Midfield battle, scrappy. Everyone's a little bit rusty.
That's how it is at the 3-5-2. It's a midfield battle.
That's right. And a 3-4-3, how do you feel about that?
It's new. I can't say I personally expected it, A couple of teams I know changing it to it. I mean, it's different than the 3-5-2, and I think with the wingers and the solo striker, it's looking to counter the teams running the 3-5-2 by having the wingers and striker 1-for-1 with the CBs.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
With people running 2 strikers formations, that they're coming up against 3 CVs, and there's 1 CB freely to flow in between to cause pressure, create pressure.
Yeah, it's aimed to counterattack the wings and be able to exploit the 3 at the back system, which has been so dominant, most of this entire FIFA for pro clubs. So I'm interested to see how they use it and if they can exploit the 3-back system that Inter Milan are running.
Of course. Like with the aim this year, it's like people are going to be looking, to find those wide formations with the wingers. But like the 3-5-2 has been so dominant, people need to look for the formations like the 3-4-3, for example, could be a good counter. I mean, it's already worked for them so far. They got a goal.
That's true.
You could say 4-3-3 variants, just anything with wingers and a solo striker. It puts them one-on-one with the CBs, man for man.
Yeah, you really got to rely on your left and right mid if you're Inter Milan to come back and help defend and turn into wing backs, especially if Benfica are going to hold possession. But the one thing you have to be wary of is the counterattack, is they're going to have the numbers split right on top of your center backs, and that's really tough to defend.
That is for sure. I mean, personally, like me, myself, I will always love having a one-on-one matchup. So it doesn't bother me at all. All right. And back to the game. Interesting little switch right there by Chuck. He tends to do that a lot, but most of the time you would think you'd pick it out, but there's no one out wide to collect it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was up with the positioning there. Maybe they read something different.
A little miscommunication. It happens. Everyone's a little rusty.
For sure. This early on, it's not really the season yet. Still haven't had the preseason tournament, so still some rust to be shaken off and some tactics to be worked out and some chemistry to be built. So,
if I am correct, I might be wrong. Is the preseason tournament is this upcoming Sunday, correct?
That is correct. Maybe it's Sunday. I'm pretty sure.
Can we get Navin in the chat, please?
Supporting player alongside.
Where's Dorsey when you need him?
True. All hail Dorsey.
Or the Kaz bot?
John.
All right, here we go. 5-6 on the wing. And pulls a little Danny Welbeck, you know, just walking out of bounds. Wins it right back, though.
Wilfred Zaha.
All right, we're going to stop you right there.
Too much.
I'd hit you with the Spurs jokes today, but I'll let you guys off for today.
Just for today.
Good forward play from them.
Cheeky little bundle right there, right back to Benfica. Well, and then miscollect on first touch right there from Classy. That's one thing I just do not like about this FIFA. The first touch in just some situations just terrible.
Yeah, consistently terrible. That's the problem.
Yeah, like for example, right there, little soft A pass right to his foot, and then he just bounces it back 3-4 feet. I don't think you'd ever see any professional footballer do that, but shout out to EA.
I don't know about any professional footballer. Romelu Lukaku still exists, so.
Can't argue with that one.
Sorry, United fans.
Right. Lovely through ball here from Kufa Valley, right to Talentless, and Soccer Joe cleans it up. The former international teammates colliding out in the wing.
It's a great cover there. Nice ball out by Kufa. Good run. Just good defense in the end.
And what a shot. Can we get the rebound here? Oh, 5-6. If I were him, I would have shot it there. Strikers is nowhere to be seen.
I was actually about to say that. I was about to say the opposite. I think 5-6 made the good decision there to do what was unexpected and pass, but as an attacking player, I know that he's still practically a wingback, but they're expected to, you know, contribute in attack, and you want to see him take on that shot at the end of the day.
Yeah, if I were him, I'd be regretting that situation. Like, I don't know, just seeing where Strikers was positioned in that moment, you had to shoot it. Like, if he was already in the spot, then the pass is a good idea. Beautiful through ball from Kuv. Stride, ball roll. Oh, what a save from Strikers.
Nice job, Strikers. That's a great play there. Stride in him one-on-one, you'd expect him to put it away 9 times out of 10.
This also is a matchup of both. I believe both. It was both Super League. I'm sorry for the stuttering. Super League goalie, TV season goalies. Like,
I understand what you're trying to say.
Oh, beautiful over the top. The quick hit in. What a save. Phil and Strikers are going to define this game today.
It's true. When their team's points by themselves. Impressive goalkeepers for sure. I am kind of surprised to see how much Benfica has had the ball. I know we've been going through a bit of possession here by Inter Milan for quite a while, but for a lot of portions of this game, it's been Benfica on the attack, and I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean, Benfica is more typically a defensive team, but they surprised everyone. They came out on the front foot attacking through this first half, and now we are at halftime.
It's probably the best way to come out Inter Milan. If you let them have their game and pass the ball and hold possession, they're really going to make you pay. So it's nice to see them come out here and attack them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want. That's what you want to see if you're rooting for Benfica, not what you want to see if you're rooting for Inter. I'm hoping the boys over at Inter, they're able to turn it around. You know, they had that late chance of Stride, but it was a little bit more of an effort there from Strikers to be able to keep Stride out from the back of the net. I mean, it should be an action-packed second half as we get through here. 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, 2 big saves there at the end of the half. I mean, either could have gone in. Both probably should have gone in. So it's about evens. I think Benfica probably deserved the lead, but it is really tight.
That's what she said. All right, and an early foul there from Sleep on Kid Nasty, and we got a free kick for Inter.
Could be a bad giveaway from Jamie there.
That is a name we have not actually said at all this match. I'm actually surprised. A little quiet there from the DM.
Yeah, he and Darcy should make a really good CDM pairing in the middle of that midfield. Interesting move to put 5-6 Poppy out wide. I haven't seen him play there before, because he was a really good CDM for them last season.
Yeah, but with the loss of A1 Boss and also Shmurda Poyo, you know, I guess you would say they had to improvise with their pickups. I mean, not really, I'd say pickups, but with their team selection.
For sure. And I'm sure he's a versatile player, and Kufavelli's put him there for a reason. It's probably because he trusts him there. So interested to see how he does this season for sure.
I mean, hey, they won the treble last season. Kuf definitely knows what he's doing.
That corner certainly wasn't what they've been working on in
And
the training ground.
Kind of funny corner there, just curving way out of bounds.
Hendry. It's O'Sullivan.
Beautiful little passing right here.
I want to apologize for the stream lag a little bit. It's not on our end. It's the stream that we're watching. So it's unfortunate, but it is just the way it is right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not much we can really do about that. But going back to the chat, hello, Angel. You get your shout out.
Shout out.
Yes, I definitely said shout out. But get back to the game here. Nice little 1-2 here between Kid and Kuf. Right back. Ooh. Kuf turned the defender. Ooh, unlucky with the pass.
Yeah, Strider had a different idea. He was going to go towards the penalty spot, and Kuf went inside towards the keeper there.
That's just been like the definition of this game right now for Inter's attack. It's just miscommunication after miscommunication in the final third. Like the few chances they had, they clicked once, and strikers left them out. But so far, it's just been one like misplaced pass or one over dribble.
Yeah, their defense has held up though. That's always good to see.
He has cleared it well.
Minus that one chance.
But it happens, you know. Diggs did a really good job of picking up the ball off the defender there and finding it back to the top of the box, and it worked out in the end.
Inter really slowed the game down a bit here. Holding possession a little bit more. Don't want Benfica having the ball.
Spotted that well and intercepted.
Clear out by Soccer Joe, right back to little perp. Kufavelli holding up the play, finding stride out wide. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it, and unlucky Master is there to pick up the ball.
Nice win there.
That is one thing that I can say with Benfica. Is like it's a small little skill to have, but it's very important. They are really good with like the layoff headers and stuff. Everyone's perfectly positioned for like, you know, the second ball, as you would say.
Yeah, their 50-50s are just unparalleled. I'm not sure how they position themselves so well. They're frustrating to play against because of the way they can get away with those 50-50 balls, like most teams don't.
To win the ball here.
Yeah, they make the 50-50 not really seem like a 50-50.
That's right. Kudos to them for it.
Quick Kid and somehow getting out of that 2v1 and a little perp sweeps it up.
Competitive nature of this game, that tackle. It's only a throw-in.
So far, I mean, Quick Kid might be. I haven't particularly seen him around. He's looking like a new kid on the block. He's doing really good outside for Benfica.
Apparently, he's been playing with Pulisic my finger for quite a while. He used to have a different gamer tag, but those are one of the Xbox-generated gamer tags that he stuck with.
He's cut it out.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like an Xbox-generated gamer tag, but hey, if they like it, they like it, you know?
Pulls it back now.
Kufavelli in the box. Ooh, unlucky touch, and Strikers is there to pick up the ball, and they are going to be looking to counter fast.
Good clear there from Herb.
I mean, so far, it's been a pretty entertaining game. Like, even though the scoreline probably doesn't suggest it, but they've been at each other's necks so far.
Yeah, both teams are attacking. Neither is playing super conservative. That's what you want to see in these marquee matchup games that we have. Inter have largely controlled the game in this second half, but they've yet to make something of it.
Yeah, they've had a couple shots, a couple chances, but it's just been the story of the whole game for them. They just haven't been able to get that one chance to go in. They've had like 3 or 4. I'd say like, sorry, 2 or 3 already this half, but it just hasn't been working out.
That's right. Darcy may be a little bit lucky not to give away a pin there, but good defense in the end.
Yeah, it was a little mix-up there at the box. I'm actually surprised nothing really came out of it.
Well, it will be a throw-in. He's read that, hasn't he?
Good win right there by Talentless.
Made it look easy, actually.
Ooh, stride. Oh, no shoulder to shoulder. We won the call there, but that's a shoulder to shoulder. That is not a pen.
Yeah. Oh, man, in purple.
Oh, perp.
Oh, wow.
Penalty on the other side. Phil suffering from the broken GK animations in the game. And that is a penalty.
Fair play to Diggs there.
He redeems himself. Phil the Fish saves it, keeping Inter in this leg. Quick counterattack here.
Where the Phil haters at?
Stride holding up the play, letting the teammates come up to help out. Kid Nasty out wide the jammy. FIFA talentless. Ooh, what a good play right there by Joe, keeping him in.
That Benfica defense holding strong once again. What else would you expect, right?
They have the clean sheet record for a reason.
Great team play, Alan. This isn't it?
Quick kid, cheeky little ball roll. Beautiful
on the
pass
counter.
interdict.
2 or 3 options every time.
Classy, beautiful pick up there. Out the chuck, right back to Classy. This is how they're going to play. They're going to work it in from the wings and take the shot. Obscurio, what a save from Phil.
Great play from Classy off the wing. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it could have been over a long time ago had he not
Great
been
find.
for their number
Nice
one.
shot. Nice save.
So if I know Benfica here, they're even going back post, they're going top box. Oh, questionable
Something different.
maybe they go a short pass. But
It looks like there's a running down of the clock going on here.
Yeah, there's a bit of
picked up, but now they're want it right back. Perp.
As they try and see out this lead that they've got.
Inter needs to get something here fast. There's 2 minutes added on, is slowly trickling away.
Yeah, they need a quick counter here to even have a chance. Nice job of Perp there.
I believe that's probably going to be all she wrote here in a second.
I believe you're right. It might not even get to the third.
And there we go. That is the end of the first half. I mean, first leg, sorry. And the first leg, it is 1-0 Benfica. And that was their home leg, if I'm correct, right?
That was Benfica's home leg. So they just have the home goal, but Inter, more importantly, didn't score the away goal.
And that's exactly what Benfica's going for. They got their classic 1-0 win in the first leg. Maybe we'll see it again in the second. We'll have to see. And now as everyone's getting back in ready for the second leg and stuff, you know, I honestly was expecting a little bit more, maybe more of a shootout for that first leg, but it kind of turned out to what you would normally expect out of a Benfica game, a 1-0.
Yeah, you're probably right. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised about the scoreline. I guess it's more of the fact that these defenses are probably more used to playing with each other than the offenses are right now with some of the personnel changes. And especially with Benfica using a different system, kudos to them to be able to come out in the first leg and put a goal in the back of the net, give themselves a good standing on for the second leg.
I totally agree. And now let's take it to the chat. What was your guys' thoughts of that first leg? You know, I'm just reading through this chat right now, and Johnny the Dreams, you know, he's a look at the quality of the graphics. You know, it's probably almost as good as that VR experience of yours, but. Thank you. The graphics team has worked really hard on these, so shout out to the staff of PCN, man. They're doing great. They're killing it so far.
King Turilich is the guy. He made these graphics for us. They look bomb diggity. And I'm not sure why I said bomb diggity. I'm showing my age a little
Yes,
bit.
Herman, I do notice you in the chat. I was like, and you also said I think Phil is a hottie. All right.
All right, Herman.
No, you do you, man. You do you. All right, they're gonna get back in the lobby right now, getting ready for the second. Angel, the winner of the first leg was Benfica 1-0, and they were the home team. So for the second leg, obviously Inter Milan's gonna be the home, so they'll be starting up shortly.
And just a reminder, if it does end up with a 1-0 win for Inter Milan, we'll have to start a third game and play that from there.
Anthony says, I think defense will be what defines this game. Of course it is. Defense wins championships.
That is a perfect point. Benfica is a perfect example of that too. Like the Baltimore Ravens of 2000, when they win the... You know what I'm saying. Was it 20?
13, sorry, 13.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, look, Taco Kid from Benfica, you know, dropping the eye emojis and hashtag CV Nation. He's a repping out here.
Gotta keep it real. CB Nation stand tall.
Hell yeah. Alright, and looks like they're about to send in a second. So, like, after that, you know, I would say, and should I say anticlimactic? I'd say that based off the scoreline, you know. You would look at it, see the 1-0, you're like, oh, you'd be kind of surprised. But how do you think the second leg's going to play out, Will?
Well, it looks like we have a personnel change here from Inter Milan. They sat Darcy out now. 5'6" Poppy moves into the midfield with Jamie, and they brought in Louis 9 to play on the left mid. So that'll be different.
Going for a little bit more of an offensive sub right there.
I think so.
Herman asked, do you think that a quality GK is more important for y'all or a quality midfield? I'd say the midfield is the most important part of your team.
I'd say midfield also. Both can win you points on their own. So,
But obviously, you also would want to have a quality GK as well. I mean, if you're going to contend, everything has to be quality.
if I were to build my team, I would build around a midfield rather than a goalkeeper.
All right, and here we go. Starting out the second leg, Inter Milan, Benfica, 1-0 on aggregate. Let's get underway.
Everybody will be trying to get to a point where they'll be confident and playing well.
Now, I mean, if I were Inter here, I would have to start out pedal to the metal. They need to pull one back as soon as possible, be able to coast through the game. Because, like, I know they're mainly going to play a possession-based style, and if they try to stick with that, Benfica has done a really good job countering it. I just don't see it going their way.
Yeah, they need a quick goal here. Try to settle down the nerves. They don't have to worry about pushing so late on and risking a counterattack from Benfica. I would just try to play their game, relax, realize it's just one goal, and it gives them a good chance to really go through and push it onto a third game, or even pull a second back for themselves.
I totally agree. And some people, you'd probably think that Inter would have some nerves right now going into this leg, but they won 3 trophies last season. They got the treble.
That's right.
They're used to being in this stage.
It's an experienced team with great players. They're going to be just fine as far as nerves are concerned. They just need to go out there and execute.
That was a beautiful play by Taco, cutting off Cupavelli from the pass.
Good challenge
And clearing it out. Here we go. Chuck doing his whole thing right there, dropping. He tends to drop back a lot. You know, if you've played against Benfica or played with them, Chuck is a very defensive attacker. If you have to play like that, he will come all the way back and run all the way forward.
Yeah, he will. Makes him hard to pick up, especially if he's coming in from deep or from the midfield or from the wing. It's hard to pick up as a defender.
Yeah. All right, and here we go. Inter Milan on the attack. Beautiful little short passing play right here. Jamie out wide the talentless. Maybe we'll see a little bit of dribbling here. Beautiful ball in, and that is swept out by Obscurial.
That was a great ball. There's that 3-4-3 working its charm. If that ball just lands on his feet, man.
Just a little bit too much mustard on it. Quick hidden with the drag back, Obscurial. Diggs. Salipa, the goal scorer from the first leg. Ooh, and a beautiful play by Quark, reading the pass and getting it out right back to Koof. I mean, I know we're only 15 minutes in so far, but it's looking a lot like the last game. It's pretty even so far.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's not as sloppy as the last game was. Everyone's a little bit more warmed up, a little bit more used to how the other team plays. A little bit prettier on the eyes, if you ask me.
And that's all everyone wants to see at the end of the day is good quality football. All right, Jamie picking it up. Fake shot. Takes it in. Oh,
it's a corner.
A little uncharacteristic there.
Yeah, he probably held it for maybe a second too long, and one extra second will come to cost you.
For sure, and he's always a pass-first guy. Surprised to see him make a run like that.
Put in the corner.
But kudos to him. That's a
Beautiful
play.
play.
They get it away.
That was beautiful by Benfica's defense, getting that out as quick as possible.
You can tell where their strengths lie again.
Gives it away. Now he's looking for support.
And also, like we mentioned in the first leg, their prowess when it comes to the second ball. Even though Louis was able to get to that, they were able to pick up the ball on the cross in. It worked out in their end.
To get the ball in midfield. Salah.
Little questionable pass right there from Talentless, but it's one right back by Jamie.
Yeah, it
5,
was something
6
a little bit too much there.
Stride.
Good.
Holding up play. Louis across the box. Oh, classy with the goal-saving clearance right there. But it will be a free kick for Benfica. What a play by Classy.
Classy's brilliant, man. He's quickly becoming one of the best players, midfielders in PCN. His reputation grew a whole lot in African Cup of Nations playing for Togo. and really carrying his team through the tournament, as along with A1 Buzzkill as
Good
captain.
forward play from them.
I'm surprised you never really
Gets
talked
his
about
cross in.
AFCON that much so
Defenders
far.
did well to get to it,
I don't even think we mentioned a
finish
word.
the job.
No, we haven't. But Togo were definitely the standout
Now,
team
can he
there,
take them on?
and Classy was definitely one of the standout players.
And a good amount of the
That's a good goal
Benfica
kick.
team right here was on Liberia, along with myself and Will, but Will didn't want to show up for the final. But we're not going to talk about that. We're
We
gonna
won't
get right
discuss
back into the game. We'll save that for a later date.
Norris.
Taco the Chuck.
Nice play.
Beautiful over the top
by
of
the
Perp.
defender.
Perp is, I mean, I'd say Perp has been their standout defender so far.
For sure. He had a great season last season also with Inter Milan. He's been a mainstay in that team ever since he signed.
John.
You can
Yeah,
tell
I
that
believe he's
Kufaveli
been
really
around since the
trusts him there.
start when they were in League One.
That's right.
I mean, it's just one of those feel-good stories. They started out in League One, brought the club up,
The ref's done well
and
here.
then, you know, maybe at the
That
first
will be a
season,
free
they,
kick.
I believe they narrowly made it into the
Tends
Super
to
Cup,
put a
and
bit
then
of whip on
next
these
season,
free kicks.
Yeah, they
Easy
finished
here.
6th their first season in the Super League. Still impressive for a brand new team from League One starting from scratch. Kufaveli has done a great job with this team.
oh, yeah, and the sky is the limit. And you would think maybe after treble, they already reached the
Whips it
limit,
in.
but they don't have that title yet.
Fine
Ooh,
stop.
ball in,
Full
strikers with
stretch
the
from
poke
keeper
away.
to turn
And
that
that's going to be
aside.
Fernando clearing that out.
Player's done well here until it was
Ooh,
the
Jamie
direction
plays
of
that
the
ball
pass,
instead of
really.
letting it
Right
go.
idea, but couldn't
Benfica
find his
throw.
man. It's
I
out
mean,
over
if
the
I were
touchline.
Jamie there, I personally wouldn't have
No,
done
gonna
it, but I
have to
feel like it
restart
was
with
just
a
a lock on right there. There's not really much you could do.
Yeah, probably holding both the triggers, trying to get it canceled there, but
Al
nothing
Thrush.
doing.
All right, here we
Uchida.
go. Koof, the kid nasty. This Inter Milan team, they've been playing with each other for a very long time. Same with most of Benfica for the most part. Everyone has good chemistry with each other,
That's what
and
makes
that's what
these
you need to
teams-
have a successful team.
Cut out the pass.
Exactly.
'Cause
Proof
you
is in the
can't just
pudding,
bring-
right?
Mm-hmm. You can't just bring a team together, you know, for one
Tries to
season,
come up
like
now
for the first time,
after
and expect,
the
you
ball's
know,
gone out.
to do it all. You know what I mean?
Papa.
It's a marathon, not a
Neatly
sprint.
intercepted.
And building these teams with chemistry and finding personalities that fit well together and get along,
Now it
it's
goes into the
really,
wider
really
areas
difficult,
where
especially
they've
to
got a
do
winger
if,
waiting.
even
Building
if you know
steadily
a lot
here,
of the
keeping
guys,
possession.
maybe you know them in real life or you've played FIFA with them for a long time. You just never know how it's going to click with the other players in your team.
Mm-hmm. Oscar,
pass
I
coming
don't think
and
he's
got
paying
there
attention
first.
at all to what's going on because he said Louis should be playing, but Louis is playing. He's actually out on the left mid.
Now the shot.
But Kufaveli,
Safe hands
ooh,
from
gets
the
saved by
goalkeeper there.
strikers.
Not the most demanding save, but it had to be made.
Yeah, easy though to take it a little easy, take your eye
All
off
right,
the ball.
and here we go. Quark wins the header, back to Talentless. You know, Will, I'm honestly
Go.
surprised. I haven't seen Talentless really dribble yet this game.
No,
Good defensive
Usually it'd be
clearance
one of the
there.
trademarks of his game, but he's been quite passive, and maybe that's hurting
Now,
Inter.
maybe.
But
They've had to do a lot of defending
maybe.
this team
Um,
over
but
the
to be
last,
fair,
what,
they
10,
played
15
without him
minutes,
for the
but
first
I
half
wouldn't
of
have
last
thought they
season,
could go
and they were
ahead here.
excellent.
Trying to catch the
But still a
opposition out with
personnel
short
change
corner.
and a play style change there, so it could be affecting a little bit of the chemistry on that side of the pitch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Kufre.
as we are here near the end of the first half, ball in. Oh, deflection off of Kufaveli's head, and that should be Benfica's ball, and it is.
Yeah, 2 minutes here until less than 2 minutes until halftime. Benfica will be happy with how things are going so far. 1-0 lead still carrying over
Gotta
from the
pass
first
ball a bit
leg.
better than this if they're going to make progress. Giving it straight
And they know
away.
if they score, Inter need 3.
Oh, here we go.
Uchida.
Kid
Pulls
Nasty
it
in the
back
Koof.
now.
Top box. Herb. Oh! Louis.
Oh
a little
my.
bundle.
Here's the shot.
Kufaveli. Oh
Goalkeeper.
my god.
Great
That
save.
was a
Well,
little.
he shouldn't have had a fair
that was a
hit.
little mix up in the
Running
box.
past
Strikers.
time. And the score
Keeping
is
the
nil.
calm,
Man.
collected head.
5-6
You
Poppy.
really hate to see it.
Found a
You
nice
just-
pass to
Wait for
Louis,
that
man.
halftime whistle.
I
We've not
I don't know
really-
how he doesn't put it away. I know Benfica stacked guys on the line there at the end. Wow, domination here from Inter Milan.
It's Inter Milan's game to lose. But this is. I mean, would you say like after maybe losing a couple of their key players, if obviously they want to continue their title-winning form, but it all starts with the Community Shield. This could set the tone for their season.
That's true. And the preseason tournament has a little bit to do with that as well. As long as they don't get unsettled and get all worried about, if they lose, a couple games here and there, you just got to keep on riding the team success that you've built up and the chemistry that you have, and let
So
that
the
dominate your
second half is
performances
underway.
instead of
Room
the
for
recent form.
improvement, shall we say?
Yeah,
That is for
give it
sure.
A C-, but
Because it's absolutely worst thing to see is, you know, you hit a little rough rut and then everyone
He's
starts
given possession
turning their
away here.
heads, you know,
Happens to most teams,
questioning.
unfortunately.
But like we said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So yeah, there's going to be those rough patches,
Here's a chance
and
to
hopefully
go
for
down the
Inter
outside
Milan,
of the
this doesn't
opposition.
begin a rough patch for them.
Throw in here.
Yeah, for sure. And it says a lot about both of these teams having majority of their roster come back to play again with them, you know, 2 or 3 seasons in a row. 3 for Inter Milan and 2 for
That's a good
Benfica.
tackle.
It says a lot about the management
Norris.
styles and the personalities and the egos of the players in these teams.
Yep, they are both a group that clicks with each other, gets along well,
Well, the
and
tackle
in the end, they play
has
good
led to a throw.
good football. You know,
And more importantly, they win.
that's all that matters at the end of the day is getting the
Now
win
Yamashita.
by any means. You know, except for cheating, but.
Norris.
Sensitive
He's gotta
subject.
get
We
it
won't go
away
there.
now. Gone out for a goal kick.
All right, goal kick here for Inter Milan. It's been a pretty quiet game so far, man. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised there hasn't really been that many chances. I believe at halftime there was only 3 shots, and they were all
Quite clearly a free
Inter,
kick.
but none on target.
None on
At least
target.
according to the stat screen, even though you did see strikers make a couple saves, you know, shut out the FIFA. But
Yeah, Louis had that back heel he got in the box there at the end of the first half. But other than that, nothing
feel here,
really
Alan, that
bothering
the home team
Benfica.
would take a
Benfica
draw.
haven't
And
done
the
anything
away
offensively
fans,
this game.
they expect
They'll be a
their
little
side
bit
to come here
disappointed with
and
that.
win, and at the moment, obviously,
Then
it's
again-
level.
you would say it'd be disappointed in that, but they are a defense-first team, so I don't think they are particularly bothered right now by the offense not being able to put another one away.
They're Super League's version of Atletico Madrid, and they do it well. Shut up shop, hold a 1-0 lead. And you were
coast
talking
through
about
it.
1-0 games last season. Another 1-0 advantage here, and may stay that way.
That's their little trademark, you know? Every team has their little trademark.
Uchida. Trying to
The
find
kid
a
actually
way
loses the
through
ball
here,
and gets it right back
probing
off his
away.
sleeve, but Kufavelli unable to get it through the Benfica pressure right there.
That would be a throw.
If you are a fan of defensive football, this is this tie for you to watch.
Let me just call Jose Mourinho up real quick.
Shots on him.
Oh yeah, this is his game.
Goalkeeper
Beautiful
with a textbook
save by
save.
strikers. That was like smart. I'd say that's a smart shot there by Kufavelli.
I think so.
They haven't really had any real chances other than
Position. They've worked
the
this
mix up in the
attack very
box the
well.
end of the first half,
Quite
but
a dangerous position
just,
now.
you know, testing the waters there at the long shot, what hurts, right? It's better to take a shot than lose the ball top box.
And for all that he knows, 50-50 chance it's going to be a rebound or something that bounces back to stride
Exactly.
or kid nasty or something. You just never know.
Oh, you cannot plan for anything in this game.
That's right. Tactics
soon
are out
as-
the window.
As soon as you load in, everything just goes out the window, win or lose, or draw. But
Quick-witted and quick in this
But if you're not
movement
first,
too,
you're
to
last.
intercept there.
that is correct.
John.
All right, here we go.
Inter
Kid
still
nasty.
dominating this. It's not in Benfica's third, and they're not putting any shots on goal minus that
Pass, another
Castavelli shot.
pass. At the moment,
That's a good
just
ball from Jamie. Oh,
Oh, unlucky for Louis being offsides. I mean, it has been so far, like since, you know, I called it out about the 15-20 minute mark, it was even. Ever since that point, it's been Inter Milan just holding possession. I mean, have they really done much with it?
Salah.
I'd say they're doing the best that they can, trying to get through this
Trying a bit
Benfica
too hard,
defense,
trying to
but
force the pass.
yeah.
Straight to an
Their
opponent.
ideas aren't bad. It's just the lack of execution, and then you add into that Benfica's
Norris.
defensive prowess is just really, really tough.
Uchida.
It just is.
Kufre.
Even for some of the best teams in the league, they're going to really struggle to play against Benfica's side.
Benfica is going to be a team where you have to get them early because you're not going to get them late.
That's spot on.
Beautiful play by Perp once again, just dominating
Beautiful.
that left side.
Uchida.
Really impressed by his 2 games here.
20 minutes to go.
I mean, you'd say he's been the best player on the pitch so far for Inter.
I'd have to agree with that. Well, that's a dangerous
What a-
tackle.
Referee has blown.
Ooh, you hate
Given
to see
the free
those
kick.
tackles. It's going to be a free kick in a
Inter tends to
real,
put a bit of width
I
on
would
these
say a
free
pretty
kicks.
dangerous area.
Needs it here.
You get the right man on it. Looks like they got talentless. They trust him with the set piece. I mean, they're either going to pass short or just launch it all the way back post. Maybe top box. We're going to have to see.
Yeah, it looks like they're going short here.
It's gone short with it.
It was a smart little strategy right there by Benfica, though, breaking up the wall so they can get more people to help mark.
Yeah, and they're already going to be the bigger team anyway, you would assume.
Norris. Quick into the
Oh,
tackle,
yeah, for sure.
and the result is going to be
I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, if your captain is the NE, you can break up the wall. Because FIFA has a tendency of putting your tallest players on the wall, and it doesn't really help when you're in a dangerous situation like that.
Especially when no one shoots from a free kick like they do in real life.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not many people are courageous enough to take the shot. I mean,
kudos to those who are.
depends.
Shout out Batistuta.
Shout out myself, even though I might not score it, I'll still try.
Oh god.
Yeah, Batistuta. Shout out. I'd say he's probably the best free kick taker in PCN.
Best one I've seen.
All right, here we go. Beautiful little counter attack.
Nice
What
tackle.
another great play from Persian.
And kept the ball.
I mean, for Inter, he's my man of the match, regardless if they bring one back or even two.
And yeah, I would probably say so. And I might have to say that Strikers is Benfica's.
Oh yeah,
Could've been it.
he's definitely. Yeah, that could have. I saw you were tensing up right there. You're like, should I continue to talk? Should I not?
Don't want to talk over a goal scoring moment for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Benfica is looking. They're going to hold the possession because hey, if they're holding the ball, Inter can't score. Well, most of the time, but
Most of the time, it's FIFA.
He's got his tackle in.
10 minutes
Biggs
here.
here.
Gone out now.
quick
Good
hit,
move.
beautiful little flick up the
They've
Chuck, but Bits is there.
lost the
Oh,
ball
little
in the
bundle.
back
Chuck
area.
cuts back,
Oh,
dribbling around with it. He still got it. Perp once again, but the infamous little lag spike. Everyone's pressing buttons at the same time.
it looked like Chuck may have been going for a penalty there, hoping a defender would come in and dive in on him, but nothing doing. But they got earned a corner, kill the clock.
Yeah, if I was Chuck, that's definitely the smart play there. Try and draw the penalty because, you know, after you take the ball off the defender, he takes it back, you take it back. You know he's trying to get it right back. He's stepping. A little unlucky there not to get it.
Yeah, and hard to set up an offense from that point.
They're perceiving that this is time wasting.
Cleared out by
Yeah,
Louis.
they're frustrated, but maybe frustrated
We'll
too
counter
late.
attack here.
Team's performance.
Stride finds Kufavelli in space. Could this be it? Talentless running in back post. Kid Ashley supporting his man.
Oh,
Oh,
nice play by
Sleeper.
Made up for his mistake in giving the ball away there. 5 minutes to go. Inter really got to start pushing here.
I mean, it's looking. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but Benfica is looking like it's going to be the the Community Shield champs. Unless we get something right here. Stride, El Tornado, talentless back post. Classy with a great header out.
Oh man, that'd have been great to see that go in. Just from a fan's point of view, a neutral's point of view. 2 minutes
Oh,
left.
yeah, for sure. Here we go, Kufavelli. Finds Stride.
Probably the end here.
Stride a little questionable to turn back when he had the space in front of him, but he's probably trying to turn to pass, but he's held on too long. Less than 1 minute to go. Bits trying to send it back up. Low game of volleyball here, up in the air. Fernando out wide, and that is all she wrote.
That
Benfica are your
is
Community Shield champs.
Great game from Benfica. Great game.
It was a great defensive game, you would say. Offensively, there's some questions there, but after winning the first leg, they don't need to win the second leg. You know, the draw works in their favor.
Yeah, it did. And you know, a goal in that second game would have really locked things up for sure. It wasn't meant to be, but defense played really well over the 2 legs, not allowing a goal. Especially when you're playing against Kufavelli and Stride, it's just super impressive anyway. That's always a tough team to play against. So kudos to Benfica on winning the Community Shield, the first trophy of Season 11.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is obviously the first competition of PCN upcoming. We have the preseason tournament, and then we will have the main season starting off, I believe, on the 19th, if I'm correct.
Something like that. And we've got our preseason tournament, like you said, and that'll be a really good chance for us to be able to see all kinds of different teams around the league.
All right, I'm going to try and get somebody, for everyone that's still sticking around after the game, we're going to try and get somebody in from the Benfica side, as is customary for the streams. You know, we like to try and bring somebody in from the winning team, you know, in the midst of their celebration.
For sure. Let me see if I can get Chuck in here.
Easy slays at strikers in the Discord. Not today, not today. Maybe some other day.
Trying to get Benfica captain Chuck Norris. Hopefully he'll come in and have a few words to say and find out what the mentality was for Benfica after scoring
hopefully we
early
can get
and
someone there.
trying to hold out from there.
Maybe we can get Kufin to talk about the loss of one of them. All right, Chuck said 1 sec. All right.
Dope. I'll drag him in whenever he joins the general chat. Our predictions were a little off.
Yeah, just a little bit. I guess when you really think about it going into the game, you know, probably the best defensive team versus one of the best offenses, but you would say 9 times out of 10, the defense is going to outplay the offense.
Yeah, and maybe especially this early on in the season, that offensive chemistry just may not be there yet. It may be a little bit easier to form a defensive bond than it is an offensive one.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now we're just waiting on Chuck.
Chat, if you guys have any questions for Benfica, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll try to get to them. We'll ask Chuck the questions and try to get through and find out how excited he is about the start of the season also.
And also, you know, while you guys are here, I'm just drop the link in the chat. Y'all want to click on that. Check out some of the Super League previews. We got 5 teams up so far. We're going to have all of the teams out from PCN shortly. You know, it's going to over the span of a few days. So everyone, just look into the chat. Just check it out. I'd really appreciate it. The editor teams worked hard on it. It's a lot of work.
It's phenomenal stuff. And I'm not being biased.
Alright, as we wait for Chuck, and do you think maybe he's already forgotten in midst of the celebration?
Yeah, he's got champagne all over the dressing room right now. Alright,
I mean, we're just waiting on him at this point. He got all the time in the world. Taco's typing, maybe he... Alright, Taco said he'll come through.
Cool. And Chuck is looking for his mic right now.
Or we could probably get both of them in here by the time.
Yeah, no problem. Tell Taco to join that general, I'll bring him in here.
Alright, told him hop.
There he
Yeah,
is.
go ahead. Drag him.
Taco's typing maybe.
Taco!
My boy, Taco!
Chuck's looking for his mic right now.
What's up, man?
Oh, he dipped. He dipped.
Cracked under pressure.
Hello.
Unlike in the game.
Yo,
What's up,
Taco.
Taco?
Oh, I'm here.
My boy, Taco.
Alright, I'm gonna ask you to... I don't want to have to hear myself twice. I already feel bad for everyone having to hear once. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a little bit off of my prediction with the 4-2. 1-0 over both legs. I mean, was that the game plan, just to get one and just channel your inner Mourinho?
Taco?
Yo, alright, I'm here. Was that the game plan you said? Keeping it 1-0?
Yes, channeling your inner Jose Mourinho. Just park up the shop, you know. Park up the bus. I mean, you know, close it up.
No, not necessarily. You know, with the squad that we have, our midfield and attack going forward is very strong. You know, our game plan going into it is just be confident defensively and try to keep the ball as much as possible moving forward.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a win is a win. You guys have won the Community Shield. I believe the first in the club of Benfica's history. I mean, obviously, it's a nice little step, you know, to start the season. You already got silverware. maybe I'll help you propel you guys. Maybe you also get the preseason, just get the easy ones out of the way first, then move towards the harder ones, which would be the League Cup, and the Royal Cup.
Right.
Yeah. How did you feel about the game? Maybe not an individual performance rating, but maybe a team performance rating. I know you guys said it wasn't really your game plan to come in there and play defense, but Benfica has a reputation of being a defensive team. You guys set the clean sheets record last season with 20 out of 38 games. Pretty impressive. How do you guys feel like you did tonight?
After discussing the games, we decided that one of our biggest strengths going out of it was that we just communicated well, pressured together, really held it tight, made sure we had everything covered.
All right, and I got a question from Striker's going for you guys, even though he's on the same team. I guess it's geared more towards Chuck than yourself, but ask Chuck to shave the mullet. Is that
No.
where all of his power comes from?
Never shave the mullet. We're actually all gonna have mullets.
Brave.
yeah.
That's brave.
I mean, maybe in a fashion sense, not the greatest idea, but hey, if it boosts the chemistry, all for it. All right, and so obviously you guys did win the Community Shield, and we played through that. I mean, you what's your aspirations for the league? Is it a title or bust scenario?
I definitely feel that we're a strong contender for the title. I mean, me myself coming into the team, knowing that they have a strong core, and a lot of the team from last season is still here this season with very minor changes, like you guys made apparent earlier on.
All right, and looks like Chuck finally got in here. His mic's muted right now. Just give him a second. And yeah, Taka, I totally agree. I definitely see you guys being up there at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Do I want to say you guys could win the title? I don't want to say that. I want to jinx you
Absolutely.
guys. You guys have a good chance. I just don't want to, jinx it for you guys.
I said top 3 when we were talking pregame. I was like, I think you guys are probably a top 3 team, and I think Inter Milan are probably a top 3 team. I'm not sure who I put in that third spot, but
Maybe Juve. Maybe if everything goes their way, Atlanta. There's still other good teams out there, New York City FC is looking pretty strong so far. And now that we got Chuck in here, Chuck, how's it going, man?
Chuck,
Good answer.
Hello, can you hear me?
What's up, man?
There he is.
Loud and
Okay, it's
clear.
finally working. All right, sorry, I've been debugging this.
you got it.
How's it going?
Yep. So 1-0 through 2 legs. I mean, what was your thoughts through that second game where you didn't even have a shot, didn't really make that many
I was
changes?
thinking I really wish I'd made my penalty.
Yeah, that would have really helped out. Relieve some of that pressure. Your defense played really, really well.
Yeah, I think my boys, they bailed me out. We played real well as a team. Cohesive defense. The offense is a work in progress, but we're missing a lot of our key players this game. So I'm really proud of the guys for banding together and we weren't even sure what lineup we were going to be playing tonight until right before the game. So
Yeah,
happy.
that's
with
one
the
thing.
performance.
The best thing for a contender having the best thing is strength and depth. If I want to take a real life example, look at Man City. They could put out there, you would say, their reserve 11, and it would still be a team you would see up there. And in that case, you guys had a few of their backups in, but still got the job done.
Absolutely, we've
It's
got
scary.
depth, and that's how we did so well last season, and I think we're going to rely on it this season too. I know that Perps isn't going to be around as much, so big hole setting that clean sheet record, and we've signed who are going to have to step up and fill that.
For sure.
All right.
And one more thing before we go here. You guys have made the strong decision to go with a 3-4-3 rather than a 3-5-2. What's the thought process there? I assume it's to have the wingers and the strikers one-on-ones with the center backs.
We're experimenting with different things. I've always hated the idea of just playing the same formation just because everyone else does. And so, we've been trying a couple of things out, and it's been working well for us in some friendlies and league matches recently. And so we figured we'd try it in this since it's basically preseason, see how it goes.
Wonderful.
Yep, my to technically be preseason, but is the kickoff of the season. You know, one
Indeed.
trophy already in the case.
Yeah,
So
I
four more to
was
go.
telling the guys, you usually get in trouble if you start with one. You know.
That's right.
Exactly. All right. Well, that will do it for tonight's matchup. Once again, Benfica crowned champions of the Community Shield, and we will see y'all soon. Have a great night, everyone.
See you guys.
Shout out CB Nation.